All right, all right. Let's get that out of the way. All right, all right. We are live. We are live. We should be ready to go. Make sure everything is good. You know how it goes. I want to talk about Christmas and everything under the umbrella. We are going live, and we will talk about it. Christmas was great. Christmas turned out to be really, really good, and I'm actually happy that that was the case. Because Christmas, sometimes you look at some things and things don't go right. But I honestly can say that Christmas was a legit success. We really had fun. We really enjoyed ourselves, and it was pretty cool. And I want to talk about a couple things that I got, a couple things that we were able to um do. And my son, he had a blast. A lot of things that he was able to get. So all in all, it was, like I said, it was awesome. It was awesome. So I want to talk about that and give my thoughts and opinions on things going forward, because I think we're gonna have a few things going forward as far as not just this channel, but just in life in general. Because there's a lot to talk about there. Let me move this. I don't need this in the way right now. Just leave that right there for now. And if you're wondering why I'm looking up, I will talk about that in a second. Obviously, I have s- something to talk about when it comes to that, and that's pretty cool because one of my gifts is basically right above my head right now. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let me see. I just want to make sure everything is good, sounds good, and the audio is good. Everything just seems like it's pretty solid. It seems like it's pretty solid. So want to make sure that that's good, and I'm gonna wait a little bit longer until I get going. Probably gonna look at some things that's going on in the world of gaming as well. I don't see anything as of right now, but you know, news is always news, right? And I wonder, you know, how you guys have done as well as far as gaming goes, and how Christmas is gone. It's just a time that could be yay or nay for a lot of people. Hey, son. And we just don't know. But I am thankful how the way things have gone. And you see that? How you like the monitor up there? Looks pretty cool. Yeah, so first and foremost, I want to talk about the first things that I got, and we'll talk about what he got because he wants to talk about that. I know he's gonna want to. But for the most part, I did get another stand for my monitors because all my monitors was right here on the desk, and it was cool, but it was not good enough to function as far as production and what I want to do. So what I did was I was able to get a longer mount that goes up here. So all my other 27-inch monitors above me. So I got my 1440p monitor right here, and I have my other 4K monitor up here. Now that leaves this space over here open. Now, all right, calm down, babe. I know you're excited, but we're gonna talk about you in a minute, okay? He is. So he's been like this since he's been this way since I would say late afternoon yesterday. Christmas Eve afternoon, he was all over the place. And this is just the way he's been. He's been so excited about everything. So I need you to calm down. I don't want you to fall or hurt yourself, okay? All right, be careful. Because I know you can get over the top. So I managed to get well, I ain't say I managed to get it, Santa got this for me, and it's great because like I said, my wife has my other monitor, which is a 1080p 144 hertz monitor. Now that monitor, I don't necessarily game on 1080p that much anymore, but it's good to have for so I won't have to put so much load on my PC at times. All right, okay, come on now. So I don't have to put so much load on my PC. So that's cool to have. But my wife has been using it because she works from home, and with her working from home, she's basically needing more than like 2 monitors. So I say, hey, you can use my other monitor. She has 3 monitors down there, but it's a gaming monitor. She needs a workstation monitor that mimics what her other monitors look like. So what I said I was going to do, I was going to get a monitor that looks just like hers for her workstation and get my monitor back. You are huffing and puffing. Sit down and watch TV, baby. Cause you over there about to lose all your breath jumping around. You can come up here and talk in a second. So I'm gonna get my Asus monitor back. And that's gonna be good. And that 1080p, which is 24-inch monitor, which would be great. It'll be good to just sit right here. So what I'll have is my 1080p monitor here, my 1440p, my 4K monitor over here, and my streaming PC is right here. So I'll have a big time workstation right here. That's going to work. That'll be awesome. So that's one thing I did get. I also got some clothes. I got some dad stuff, basically clothes, shoes. I did get something for facial hair and stuff like that. So that was a success for me. Bought some stuff for my wife. She got some stuff for Christmas, some things that she wanted, and she's very happy. She's downstairs relaxing. And about 30 minutes ago, I looked around. I was like, man, it's only 6:30, but it feels like it's like 9 o'clock. It's like the day went by so long. But I know why the day went by long, because we got up early. My son woke me up, and he was like, "Dad, Santa came. Santa came. I want to show you what Santa got." And I know he's excited. That's why he was jumping behind me. But let's see if he wants to talk now. Son, you want to come over here and tell people what you got for Christmas? Come on over here. You want to go on this side or this side? Okay. All right.
I actually got a PS4 controller.
You got a PS4 controller. Why did you get the PS4 controller?
Because I needed to play my Astrobot game.
Okay, so he got Astrobot VR, and he needed a PS4 controller to play it.
Yeah, instead of PS5, but I actually got the headset, I got the light, I got the adapter. So we got everything set up for that.
So, all right. So he said basically he has.
And I also have a Lego Mario set.
Yeah, you got a Lego Mario set. He said
Mario Party Ghibli plus Ghibli TV.
Yeah, so he got that on what it was Switch 2. Switch 2. Okay. And what else?
Lego. Wait, no, I don't said that.
Yeah, remember what else you got? You got the Mickey Mouse game for PS5.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse game, and what?
You got your Donkey Kong case for your Switch 2.
Kong case, and then
What's the big item that you got? The one you haven't even.
The PS5.
So he got his PS5, the PS5 Slim. So he got a PS5 Slim. He finally got that. He wanted one of those, and he got the the VR headset. Now, the VR headset only works for the PlayStation 4 unless you got the adapter. So I had to get the adapter, and I had to get a PS4 controller so he could play Astrobot VR. He's a big Astrobot fan.
Yeah, man, I'm already done with the first and second. Well, now I have to face the third boss, which is too hard.
Yeah, but you can get it. You was at the last stage of that third boss, though. You'll beat him eventually.
Hold on 1 second.
All right. We're not gonna be jumping around all behind me now. Is you gonna come up here and talk, or you gonna chill out? You gonna chill out? You sure you don't have nothing else you want to say? You sure? Okay. So, so basically, he got his PS5 Slim, and the PS5 Slim came with NBA 2K26. So that's a game I need to download on his PS5. He said he want to try it. You sure you want to try NBA 2K26?
Yeah.
You gonna try it? I'm gonna get. Okay, so he's looking at the telescope, and I'm gonna talk about the telescope in a second. So he got that, and he was playing the Astrobot pretty much all afternoon. Yeah, had all day. He's had a blast with it, and it was really cool. He's so happy that he got that, and I'm here for that. And the thing about it is, on top of that, he got some shoes, he got some clothes. What else he also got? Yeah, he got the Lego Mario, so he could put his little Lego set together. And I think at the end of the day, it was all about him having fun, and he enjoyed this entire day. We was able to make cookies. We was able, Kenna, come on out. Come on, I know, but I know you're gonna be doing that too much. Relax, please. He is so excited. All he want to do is just jump around, and I get it. But then he gets so tired, and you hear him out of breath because he's just trying to jump around so you want to be seen. And I told him, if you want to come up here, come on and talk. I have no problem with you talking. But like I said, he's been like this since late yesterday afternoon. He's been so excited, waiting for see there he goes again. And I told you, relax. You want to talk? Come on. He's been so excited, and I don't mind him being excited because when I was a kid, I didn't have these moments. I didn't have these moments to actually jump around and enjoy myself. And at times we didn't have the best Christmas, but I told myself I want to make sure that my son is able to enjoy every moment that we have for every holiday. That's especially for him. So, um, my only thing was I just want to make sure that he does the right thing in school, he behaves, and like I said, the only issue I have with him, and I don't think it's an issue, but the only thing is like when he gets excited, and this is how he is. He jumps around, he plays, he does all, and sometimes I be like, hey, you need to calm it down because I don't want him to get too excited and fall back here or whatever the case may be. But he's just being a kid, and this is what Christmas is about, just him being a kid. And I can honestly say that Christmas was a huge success. We got everything that he wanted and then some. He was excited and surprised by some of the things that he got. I was actually surprised with some of the things we got. Can you stop, baby? Okay. He was you know, really surprised. I was surprised by some of the things I got. My wife was surprised. Like I said, we made cookies. We had Christmas dinner, and we really sat back. We sat back and just took it all in, because for us, we and my wife as well, we didn't have all the things that we wanted growing up, and we made we made a decision. Like, look, as long as he's doing the right thing, it's very hard to say no, and he really does the right thing. Like I said earlier, the only thing I have an issue, like if he gets so excited, you have to calm him down. But what kid doesn't get like that? You know what I'm saying? What kid doesn't get excited when they're doing things? So with that being said, I am extremely happy by the way things are going. And I think in 2026, I'm starting to see going into 2026, I'm starting to see things in a little different light. I see some things in different perspective. I see some things where um I'm starting to understand everything that we have, everything that I have, everything that I can get for him, the path and the trajectory where I'm going in life and as a father and as a parent, as a husband, and it is really, I'm just really thankful for all of this because around this time of the year, I get to this point where I understand that um I understand that Thanksgiving is there. Then I have some family members that have birthdays around this time. Then my birthday comes up like 10, 11 days before Christmas. Then Christmas rolls around. Then New Year's right there. All that stuff, you see people get a year older. I become a year older. Thanksgiving when you spend time with your family. And Christmas when you spend more time with your immediate family. And my birthday, I get a little bit older. I just put so many things in perspective to be like, you know what? I am extremely thankful for where I am. And I want to figure out ways to make it better than it was this year. And there's a lot of things I need to, work on, some things I need to figure out. And also as well as for this channel where we could constantly continue to talk about games. We could constantly talk about things that's going on in the world of gaming. We could talk about all of those things, but I do want to make the content better. I want to make things better. And I think the only way I can do to make things better is just to continue to make the content the best way as possible. I don't have to do anything extra as far as adding this to the content or adding that to the content or doing some crazy things on stream or anything like that. The only thing I want to do is just talk about gaming, be myself, and how does that figure out in things in life. So that's all I want to do. So anything else you want to say? Because you want to watch TV or whatever? Because you're doing way too much.
I don't want to be crazy.
No. You didn't want to be crazy until I went live. Come here. Come here. What is this on your neck? That stuff all the jumping now. For real. But yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, Christmas was really cool. Today was really cool. I think the only thing that I can say that was different is that I did not get a chance to have any eggnog, which probably is a good thing. I don't need those sweets in my life. And and this is already bad enough that I've had a lot of sweets this particular week because my wife bought a lot of sweets into the house or whatever. And yeah, that's not very healthy, but it is what it is. I told her that look, I'm gonna have to cut down and cut back. You know, we have to chill out. And she understood. She just wanted to be a little bit of festive, a little bit of seasonal. I'm gonna take you downstairs. No, stop. Watch TV. And I just want to be a little bit festive. And I was like, okay, cool. It is a thing where you get caught up in the moment. You want to do things that's awesome for the family or whatever. And I get it. My son did not complain. He had his share of sweets. We made gingerbread houses. We did all that stuff. And it was really cool. It was really, really cool. So at the end of the day, it was all well worth it. Now, you're probably thinking like, where did this telescope come from? Well, I don't know if you guys know, I've had that telescope for a long time. As a matter of fact, I got it Christmas last year and I just opened it today. And I know my wife was looking at me sideways like, you mean to tell me you had that telescope upstairs and you haven't opened it yet? But I opened it today and I'm actually surprised how powerful that telescope is. It's really powerful.
Well, I was the first one that opened it.
Yeah, she did. You want to tell them about it?
Yeah. So first I just think about the telescope. And then I did this one. I think about it. And then I saw it over there. And my dad picked it up. And then, yeah, and then after that, I broke the box open. And then, yeah, it came out like that.
Yeah, we stacked it together.
Yep, we built it. And it also has a mini scope.
Yes, it has a mini scope. So
this is the big scope. And this is the mini scope.
So we got it up and running and it looks really good. Like I can't wait till it actually gets cold. No, I mean not cold. I can't wait till it actually gets dark, like dark, because today it's not as dark as it is outside. Because I'm gonna go out there when it's dark and definitely gonna be looking at some stars. Gonna look at some planets. We're gonna look at the moon because that actual telescope you can see as far as Neptune, and yeah, you can see as far as Neptune. And I didn't know that. Happy holidays, Quay Face. What's going on? Happy holidays, Clean. So I didn't know you could see all of that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into using that more often. Unfortunately, the next time the moon is not in the sky is January 17th. So that's probably the next time I'm going to be able to actually use it. But I got the app on my phone to where I can actually figure out what stars are in the sky and all this other stuff. Because that's one thing about me. When I'm not playing video games, I'm huge on astronomy. I love looking at planets. I love looking at all the other stuff like that. And I am definitely here for that. But let's get back into the gaming side of things. When he got his PS5, he came up here and he took some of the games that he wanted downstairs. So technically the games are still in the collection, but most of the games are games that he liked to play. So what games did you take downstairs? You took the Monster Truck game.
I put
Rayman Legends. Sonic Mania.
I don't.
What was the other game? Sonic Superstars.
Yeah, and I also put.
You didn't take Sonic Racing down there though.
No. I wanted the Crossroads.
Yeah, the Crossroads. I gotta download Crossroads on there because my account is on your PS5 too. So I'm gonna download Crossroads for you. We got Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, Little Big Planet.
I can't think of what else. I know he took like 6 or 7 games down there, probably like 8 or 9. So we took those down there, and that's like I said, we were just playing games, and he's having fun with it. So it's pretty much a success for that. And the one thing about the VR headset, I didn't think that he was going to like the VR headset. I thought that this was going to be something that was probably going to make him sick. He wasn't going to like it. I even tried it, and I'm not big on VR, but I will say this: that VR headset is really nice.
Yeah, when you download the game and you try to play it, it will show a big screen of Astro.
Yep. It shows a big screen. So it's only one game we got on VR so far, is that, and I don't plan on using it. But if I was to use it, I wouldn't mind trying to use it for Gran Turismo 7.
What?
I think that'd be really nice for Gran Turismo 7 because I'm a big racing game fan anyway, and I think that'd be something that I would like to try to use. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's something I can get into. But he likes it. I had to help him on like 1 or 2 levels, and I had to put it on my face
No,
to
just
try.
one.
Just one. Yeah, I had to try it on one level, and he was having trouble with it, and I tried it, and I put it on my face, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not as bad as I thought it'd be. And I think it's a pretty cool device. So we got the VR headset 1. Don't have the second one.
No, or the third, fourth, fifth,
So,
sixth, seventh, eighth,
I don't.
ninth, 10,
It's only 2, baby. It's only 2.
Okay.
And I'm actually thinking about probably trying it for Gran Turismo 7. But one thing I will say, it is a lot to hook that thing up. It's a lot to hook it up. So I don't know if I would bring it up here or whatever. I'll probably just play it in his room or whatever. But that's just something that's in the back of my mind. I don't expect to do it, but I do I do believe that I do believe that it's a pretty cool device. I really enjoyed it. I really have. So anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, all right. Sit down and chill out. But yeah, like I said, it's been a great day. It's been a really good day. I am thoroughly having fun with today, and the night is still young. It's only 7:20 right now, 7:24. I may uh I don't know. I may get some gaming in, but I know I do have to work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't know why they didn't give us Friday off when we're off on Saturday and Sunday, but hey, it is what it is. So as far as gaming tonight, I'll probably game, but I won't be live streaming any games. I'll be live streaming tomorrow, even though I did say that tomorrow would be more like of a news day. It just depends on how things is going. We'll probably talk about some news stuff or whatever. It just depends because I do want to finish up the Order 1886, so we may do a little bit of both. We'll just see, or I may just push the news thing back to Saturday morning because yeah, just because. I want to see if anything going on in the world of gaming. Let's see. I'm gonna hit YouTube up, gaming news. I want to talk about some stuff because it's been a pretty it's been a pretty slow day today, and I understand why. I mean, Christmas Eve and Christmas, nothing's really going on, right? I mean, you don't expect anything to go on for Christmas or Christmas Eve, so I'm not necessarily surprised. So I'm just gonna go through here and see that, but I do think that honestly, though, I think it's going to be a really good time for gaming in 2026. I do believe that because we talked about some of the games that was at the gaming awards. We do have some pretty solid games, and even right now, I mean, even if you're sitting around trying to find out something to play, I mean, it never hurts to go back and play something that you've played already, and it doesn't mind it doesn't mind to finish up your backlog and play some games that you just been putting off. Because if you're a gamer, a lot of us had that games that we just put off and like, yeah, we're just going to I'm just going to wait and play that later. You know. So what happened here? Okay, hold on a second. Steam seems back to normal, at least for the moment, but now it looks like Epic Game Store is getting. So what's going on? All right, let me pull this up. Hold on, y'all. Check this out. As of 11 p.m. Eastern time, this was what, yesterday? It's not 11 p.m. yet. Steam seems to stabilize in the store and the community functions are operating normally. That could change anytime. Parts of Steam were up and down all day. Really? I didn't know Steam was down. Wow. So it's possible that whatever happened could have again, but for the moment, the light is green. The same can't be said for Epic's Game Store, however, which is reporting major outages with its login and matchmaking services. Wait a minute. Let me check my Epic account and see what's going on. Hold on. Let me check. Okay, I just got an Epic. Okay, Epic is still good for right now. Let's see what free games they got out right now. They either have free Disco Elysium. I don't care about that game. Okay, so there's nothing here. How you doing, Jerry Green? How you doing? Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney apologized for the problems on X, saying that the servers are melting down. Other services, including Xbox Live and EA Online services, also appear to be having problems. This is looking like it could be a long night for gamers and IT crew alike. Have any of y'all had problems with y'all Xbox, EA Online, or anything like that? So when did this happen? So this was yesterday. I had no idea this was going on. I mean, I was playing on Steam last night just fine. That's interesting. I had no idea. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know. If y'all had any issues, y'all let me know. I did not know anything about that. Especially for the holidays. I mean, that had to suck, right? Have I played Car X Street? No, but I've heard about it. I heard it was actually pretty solid. Have you played it? No, I haven't played it. It was a game that I really didn't think about getting. Whoa, it's 55% off on Steam right now. Yo, it's $8.99 until January 5th. Yeah, it's on sale on PS. It's on sale for Steam as well. I might hell, I can go to either one and pick it up. It doesn't matter. I mean, because like as of right now, honestly, I've been playing mostly on PS5 and Steam. Now, obviously, I play some of my retro stuff as well, but that's like my two main platforms is PS5 and Steam. But this is $8.99. I might need to check this out. Hold on a second. That's the gameplay trailer. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Can y'all hear that? Yes, no, maybe so. Y'all can't hear that. Hold on. Cut it down. All right, let's do this. That looks pretty nice. Okay. It kind of give me that not Forza, but Project Cars 3 vibe. Whoa. $99. How about hey, Quay Dog, whatever, however you want me to call you, because I know you changed your name. How much is it on PS5? So this is like Need for Speed Underground, basically. The interface, okay. So the interface kind of looks like Project Cars 3, but the vibe I'm getting is like Need for Speed Underground. Let me look at the second trailer. It's like $14. Hold on a second. It's $14. $14. I can get the deluxe edition right here for $9.36. I can get the year one bundle for $26.80. What comes with the year one bundle? So you get all these cars. So this is all the stuff you get. DLC, drift cars, Pure Pulse, build your own car. It says mixed reviews. I'll look at the reviews in a second. But I like what I see, honestly. If you notice, if I'm looking up, I got my second monitor up here. Is one thing I got for my for Christmas. I got another mount for my monitor. So I got my second monitor up here instead of having it over here. But mostly positive English reviews. What are English reviews? But the recent reviews are most. All right, let's look at this trailer. Okay, this is the second trailer. Yeah, I can understand not like drifting. I can understand that. Hey, this is not like copyrighted music, is it? Hey, this is nothing. This is nothing but a This is Need for Speed Underground. This is Need for Speed Underground. Or you can say it's Need for Speed Carbon. I mean, I don't think you can run from the cops in this game, but still. Let me cut this down. I don't know if it's copyrighted music. I just don't know if it is or not. I doubt if it is copyrighted. Yeah, this gives me Need for Speed Underground vibes. This is exactly what it looks like. It's like Need for Speed Underground meets. It's Need for Speed Underground meets Project Cars 3. I don't think for $14, I don't think you can go wrong if you get it on PS5. And I know definitely if you're on PC, I mean, for $9 you get the deluxe edition. I mean, that's. And I mean, what you just get the cars with the deluxe edition? Yeah, you just get the cars. But if you get the whole bundle, you get everything. Yeah, you get everything with the bundle. All right, let me see what people said about this. The recent ones. Can I filter these? That's all of them. I want to see the ones that's most recent. I don't care about the other ones. All right, whatever. Hope mode. Oh, these are past 30 days. Okay, that's good. That's too big. Meh at first, but I'm low-key starting to love the game. When I first booted it up, my reaction was pretty meh. It didn't instantly grab me, but after spending a bit more time with it, I could feel the potential hard, and it's starting to really grow on me. The menu is actually super nice, clean, calm, easy to navigate. It doesn't throw you into chaos in your face, and it makes you feel way more polished than I expected. Then came the funny part. First time driving, the car wouldn't move. No forward, no reverse, no rev, and I turned out my pedals were inverted. Okay, so he's playing with a racing wheel. Spent about 10 minutes digging through the settings before I found the fix. Annoying at the time, but honestly, once it was fixed, everything started clicking. For anyone with the same issue, go to settings. Okay, yeah. After about 30 minutes of driving around, here we go. The handling feels great. The pedals respond exactly how they should. The shifter works properly, and the handbrake feels natural. Not the cheap on off stuff like Forza 5 or Need for Speed. You're just gonna throw a shade at Forza 5. It better be you're talking about the other one and not Motorsport. The Motorsport is excellent. The clutch system is honestly one of my favorite parts. This game actually respects the clutch. Okay. Drifting. Okay, this is interesting for you, Quaydog. Drifting is where it gets really fun, but do you have to tune your car first? But you do have to tune your car first. Stock settings won't magically make you a drift king. Once properly tuned, the car starts flowing and the whole thing makes sense. 7 out of 10 and it's climbing. Okay. How many hours he put in this thing? He only put 3 hours in. Okay. What about the other one? This guy put 100 hours in. 97 hours in at the time of review. So he's basically played the whole game. I bought Car X3 hoping to find enjoyment I used to find in the Need for Speed and Burnout games. Open world, classic modern cars I like. Challenging, races, upgrade, speed, lots of speed. I wasn't sure if the game would meet all my expectations I hoped. It was cheap enough. I figured if nothing else, it would get me at least $20 worth of fun. After spending 96 hours, the only disappointment I feel is that I feel I've discovered everything. This is a small disappointment because everything still hits so good. How much did he pay for this game? Because if he paid $20, and got 100, damn near 100 hours out the game, that's money well spent. I don't see what's the problem here. But I mean, he recommends it. But I'm just saying, if you spent that much time, you good, big man? Oh, she texted me. Okay, let me see. Okay, all right, I'll get it. Okay, my son wants to play his VR game. He wants to play the PlayStation VR. He needs help putting it on. Give me about 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Come on. All right, I'm back. Okay, it's $14.99 on PS5. I may, like I said, I may look into getting this because it doesn't seem like it's a bad. It doesn't seem like it's a bad game. This looks like it's actually pretty solid. You know, I'm not gonna. Okay, so this person right here says the rubber banding in AI opponents is egregiously implemented. The game rewards you for reckless driving. Otherwise, you get gapped by an opponent and that slams into oncoming traffic, flips the car, and manages to somehow rocket ahead around the corner. Find a different racing game until they address this. Sir, you played this for 60 hours. Like, wait a minute. You played 17 hours when you made this review, but you turned right around and played another 40 hours of this game after you've made this post. Not saying he's lying, but if it's that bad, and this is the thing, check this out. He posted this on December 23rd. That was 2 days ago. That he posted this in 17 hours 2 days ago. So he played another 40 hours in 2 days. So I don't know if this is a. I don't know. All right. Okay, so I can respect this one a little bit better. Oh, hey, cool. A new racing game from indie studio, something outside the big names, getting name, AI voices, AI character images, hit refund. So he's not a fan of AI. Okay, I get it. Somebody else said there's a lot of bugs. Add the remaining car mods. Okay, so I kind of get it. Some people are saying yay or nay, but I don't know, Quayface. Yeah, exactly. He loves the game. He loves it. You mean to tell me that 17 hours in, you make the review 2 days ago, but you put another 40 hours in 2 days? But this is the okay. But yeah, I think this is a. I might have to jump on this. I may have to jump on this. I think this is a good look. And I heard about this game, but I never really looked into it. But like I said, if I can get this, like I said, if I can get this for this price for $9.36, the Crew Motorfest is $13.99 on PS5. I would probably get that game just because I know. Yeah, it's $13.99 here as well. $13.99. The only reason why I would get this game because I know that they're not going to kill this game off. They're not going to kill this game off like they did the first Crew. So what the recommended is i5 8400, 2700X. Yeah, I can run this pretty solid. 5700 XT. I'll probably just get this on PS5 though. I don't think I'll buy this one for PC. Yeah, it's the same price. I'll probably buy this on. I'll probably buy this on PS5. And I never was a really big fan of the Crew Motorfest. The first one I actually liked the first one. Speaking of the Crew, I think they revitalized that game. I want to see if did anybody. Let me see if they got that up and running. The Crew, the first game is officially unplayable. Oh, it's unofficially playable again thanks to a fan-made Crew Unlimited, the Crew Unlimited project, which brought back the full map offline after the Ubisoft shut its servers down in 2024. Meanwhile, the Crew 2 and Motorfest are officially supported, with the Crew 2 recently getting a major offline hybrid mode through Motorfest players. Okay. Sometimes face issues like Grand. So So you can play the Crew 1 again. I'm pretty sure this is on PC though. I want to see where I can find that at. 'Cause I want to see. Okay, this is the website right here. So this is a community project to bring back the Crew. This is pretty. This is one thing why I like PC gaming. This is why I like PC gaming, because of stuff like this. Like, you have situations where games just don't work anymore. They go by the wayside and that's it. And I get it. You know, that's why Stop Killing Games was a big thing. But when you see stuff like this, I mean, they got their own patches. And I'm actually surprised that Ubisoft hasn't said anything about this. I'm surprised they haven't said anything about this. Like, seriously. Because I thought that Ubisoft would have said something about this by now. TCU is a server emulator project that revives the decommissioned online-only game of The Crew. This project is not affiliated with Ubisoft or developer Ivory Tower in any way. Okay. This is pretty neat. Resurrected Racer The Crew Unlimited swerves to avoid yet another death as curators issue one of the most important updates ever released. The patch visits the crew's equivalent to the Y2K bug. All right, what is that? Open World Online Racer The Crew was recently resurrected by a team of enthusiast developers after original developer Ubisoft wrote it off last year. But it turns out the Crew Unlimited was on course to return to the scrapyard relatively soon, as its new pit crew not nix a peculiar bug that recalls the most infamous computer glitch of 21st century. So I'm guessing it's probably like a time thing or something. In a post from the website, the crew curator Whammy 4 details described as one of the most important updates we've ever released. So what does it do? If your PC is set, okay, it says it realized that if your PC set to post June 2029, the Crew stops working. That's 4 years or not from now. What are we doing? Anyway, why anyone would have their PC set to a date beyond 2029 is beyond me. So I'm not going to call the situation urgent exactly, but the presence of such a bug will obviously become a much bigger problem in about 3.5 years' time. Naturally, the Crew savers were extremely concerned for the long-term health of the game, and they further investigated. At first, we were hoping that it was just a bug on the TCU server's end, which Whammy 4 means the servers created by the TCU team to get the game running again. But that turned out not to be the case. It is an issue within the actual game client itself, and it's not intentional, but rather just a bug. So they narrowed the problem down to 2 features, namely the Summit calendar system added in 2015's Run Wild update. Okay. The Crate mission system calling all unit update released the following year. The likely culprit is the Summit Whammy declared, even though nothing in the Summit in the calendar date reference about June 2029 or 2029 in general. So basically, it's a date glitch. This same date glitch is on it's another game that has the same glitch. MLB 2K12 for PC. Yeah. MLB 2K12 had the same thing. MLB 2K12 PC date glitch happens because the game freezes or won't load your system date past the 2020-12 baseball season, especially when you're trying to use features like MLB Today or live rosters, which expect real-time MLB data
The temporary fix is to set your PC's date back to September 2012, like 9/30/2012, before launching the game to bypass the error, or use a batch script to automate the date. See, this is the reason why I want this game, because it's basically the only baseball game that is, there's other baseball games out for PC, but this is like the only authentic simulation baseball game out for PC. And the last one came out in 2012 or 2011 or something like that. So the only reason why I do not want this game is because of this glitch. There's no reason for me to go back. I'm not going to change the date on my computer to play some baseball game. I'll just play a game on my. I'll just play MLB The Show on my PS5 or something. As bad as I would want this game, I can live without it. Also, I have MLB 2K13 on my 360 and PS3, and I'll just play those instead. But just to have a game on PC, it would have been nice to get. It'd be nice for a new baseball game to come out anyway. So the Cruise glitch, the 2029 glitch, is basically the same thing as this one. You know, some PC games, if the date is a certain date, the game will go haywire basically. Yeah, I don't know why some games do that, but that's just the way they do. I don't know. I just think it's really weird. I'm trying to see it. So what is this? Oh, that's something else. Okay. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just a date glitch that happens, and it is what it is. I'm just, I don't know. I just feel like it. I just feel that um Santa Monica Studios, they need to put one of these MLBs on PC. That was 2 months ago, saying there was a rumor. That's the forums. Ooh, excuse me. Mm. I think there's a way that you can actually play this on PC, but it's not technically on PC. Because I think when MLB The Show is on Xbox, right? Then you can use it on cloud gaming on your PC. That's not the same. That's not. Let me see something. So MLB Rivals is on PC. Out of the park baseball. MLB Rivals is an interesting game. This is. I want to look at this. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do something. I gotta do something real quick. Yeah, let me do this today. Let me do this. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just leave it like that for right now. Yeah, I'll just leave. I'll fix it back. So MLB Rivals. This is a game I actually was kind of interested in, but I don't know. I want y'all to look at this. That might be copyrighted music. This is on PC. This actually don't look that bad. Yeah, I don't know if that's copyrighted music, so I didn't want to play it or whatever. But a lot of people tend to like this game. I'm about to look at some gameplay. Is there gameplay? I don't think this is your run-of-the-mill baseball game. But this actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty clean. I'm gonna look at it again. I want to see what people say about this game. Okay. All right. Mostly positive. What are people saying about this? Somebody said garbage, just bring the show to PC and Steam. Sales will make up for the Dookie saying exclusivity. It's really cool. It's a really cool free PC. So this is a free game? Really? It got to be a catch to this, right? It got to be a catch. It's probably like some freemium game or something like that. Although let's see. Though the progress for free to play is quite slow, I got 120 overall within a half a year without spending any money. If you enjoy baseball, try this game out. This game is heavily play to win, balance issues, hitting, pitching, tons of microtransactions. Pulls are scripted to force players to spend more, constant freezing and crashing after every update. Okay, so this is basically a Diamond Dynasty game. Somebody said they prefer this over MVP Baseball 05. I'm not buying that. I gotta look this up. Let me see something. All right, let's see. 7 months, a year ago. Okay, let me see. All right, shout out to 3030 Club. I'm using this video real quick. This is where the gameplay starts.
T-Mobile Park. Let's take a look at today's lineup. It's today's defense lineup for the home team.
All right, so what's going on here? Hey, I want to see some gameplay. What are we doing? So there's no gameplay here?
It is the Mariners leading off.
Okay.
Velez will come up to bat. No hits in his 2 attempts thus far.
Select.
Now
What?
pitch. Big cut. And a
Man,
miss
ain't
on
nobody
the fastball.
playing this, man.
Has a look. Now the
Yo, ain't nobody playing this.
Smack
And
back.
people actually like this.
Throw to first is in time to record the first.
So you play.
Athletics leading on. Ramon Laureano digs in now.
The game don't look bad.
First pitch on the way. That one is going to go the distance.
Okay, that looked pretty cool.
This ball is long gone. Home run. That's the first home run of the season. And the Athletics take a 5-0 lead.
I don't see myself playing this though. This looks kind of weird. Okay, that's the. Oh, it's 22 minutes. I need to see more. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I can do this. It's a point and click game. Hey, what y'all think? What y'all think about this? Yeah, you know, that's what it looks like. Like, you don't, like, I don't know when you play, because that's what I'm trying to wait till the next game to see. You know what? It seemed like they're trying to do that. To me, it seemed like they're trying to do a little bit too much. Do you want to be a card game? Do you want to be a baseball management game? Or do you want to be a simulation baseball game? Which one do you want to be? It seems like they're trying to do all three at the same time. And they're trying to do, I don't know. All right, can we go? When the next game starts? So I was going to go through, okay, here we go. Because the game don't look bad. I mean, the visuals look pretty solid. But it looks like you ride like you don't do nothing. Playing and playing, what are we doing? Can I get to the next game? Okay, here we go.
Here we are for the start of another ball game at the home of the Seattle Mariners, T-Mobile Park. Let's take a look at today's lineup. It's today's defense lineup for the home team.
How you doing, Dark Type? Merry Christmas. Yeah, you don't play any games. Now we're getting into the third inning.
Julio Rodriguez.
Now you pull up the play.
At least put a ball in play here this inning. He singled in his last plate appearance. First pitch to him. That's over.
To be honest, the point and click part of it, I can see myself doing that. Like where he placed the ball at in the strike zone, the pitch, and you got to go over here and click over here. I can see myself doing that, but not for every game. But I can't see I'm trying to find positive. I can't see myself playing this though. And the only reason why I say the point and click part, the pitch, because I know exactly where the ball is going to go when I pitch the ball. And as far as a pitcher goes, I would like that. I know exactly where the ball placement will be. But outside of that, I can't play this on a regular basis.
Ready now. The pitch. There's a strike.
Yeah, it's a skip, Quay Dog. It's a skip.
Swing, and he will sail this one over to.
So how does he throw the ball to first base?
Towards third.
Oh, so they just automatically do it.
In time. 3 innings complete.
Yeah, I'm out. So that's the only game right now that's on PC. Yeah, the only official game is MLB Rivals, Out of the Park Baseball, Baseball Mogul. I already know about Baseball Mogul. Super Mega Baseball is cool. The Premier Realistic Sim is available on PC via cloud stream. That doesn't count. The reason why that doesn't count, if you're streaming the game to your PC, you're not even using any of your power of your PC to play the game. You might just stay and play it on Xbox. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, ain't no way I'm dealing with that. I'm good. I'm good with that. I think the last PC baseball game that you really could play in its full capacity, I think is like MVP Baseball 05. That's the last baseball. Yeah, that's the last one you could play in the full capacity. Like I said, we did talk about MLB 2K12, but that has the glitch in it where you can't have the correct date. So you can play MLB, MVP, Baseball 2005 PC. This is the last one you can play. And if you look in certain places, which I ain't gonna tell you where, you can play this game on PC. Or you can just buy the game for PC for $25. Which, hey, that's the way you want to go. Merry Christmas if you ever end up getting an Xbox controller. That's awesome. I got, well, since more people I can say, I got another mount for my monitor. So I have my second monitor up here on top of my first monitor. I guess I can show you guys real quick. Let me show you guys real quick. So this is how my monitor is set up. This is my first monitor. Let me do this. Let me do this. That's my first monitor, and my second monitor is up there. So that's how I got it set up now. I'm gonna put my old monitor back over here. My other monitor, so I'm gonna have this monitor, those two monitors, and I got my other gaming PC. Well, my streaming PC is right here, and that's where my this camera is mounted on my other monitor for my other PC. So I got that. I managed to get some clothes, got some shoes, a lot of dad stuff. Yeah, so I got that. So that was pretty cool. This, I know some people probably seeing this telescope back here. I actually got that telescope last Christmas, and I finally opened it today. So, my son was like, "Didn't you get this last Christmas? We need to open it." And I was like, "Yeah, we do." So I did open it, and it's a 60 by 800 telescope. And if anybody know anything about telescopes or anything, I'm a huge fan. A 60 by 800 telescope, you can see a lot in the sky, and I'm a big fan of astronomy and all that other stuff. So, let me see. Show you guys this. Yeah, right. So, yeah, exactly. We did talk about it. So I had it this entire time. And so with this, you can see the craters on the moon. You can see Jupiter's moons, Saturn rings, and a star bright cluster. So I'm definitely going to be using this. I've had it for a year, and it's just been sitting there. I'm definitely going to be using it. So that's definitely, and if you're in the right spot, you can see Uranus. You can see Uranus, and you can see Neptune as well. Neptune is my favorite. That's my favorite planet. So yeah. I don't know how to say all that. Ellie Dela Cruz Checo says MLB Rivals is fun. I'm not disputing it. I don't think it's for me though. I don't think for the type of person I've been playing baseball games since like Bad News Baseball on the NES. And I don't think I'll ever get used to playing something like that. Thank you, Star Groove. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. And like I said, I got the double monitors right here. I'm gonna put my other monitor over here in my streaming PC. Like I said, I'll show you guys again. So yeah, so these are the two monitors I got up here. Like if you see back there, see that's the mount that I bought. Well, I didn't buy, but I got for Christmas. That mount has this one up there. I'm going to put my other monitor that my wife is using, I'll put that right there. And if you can see over here, I'm watching basketball. That's my Optiplex. This is my Optiplex computer, which I can use for I can use this for streaming. I need to put a graphics card in here too, which I'll talk about that, what type of graphics card I put in. And we're about to watch some basketball. So I got that over there watching that as I do the stream. You a big fan of Neptune? Don't feel bad. I got a solo stove last Christmas. I still have you. Yeah, I mean it'd be like that, right? And the only reason why I didn't open this telescope because I was mad busy at the time. You know, I had a lot of stuff going on and we was living in a different house and I didn't have like the ways and means to actually use it. Now I could open this window up and just use it once it's dark outside. But I do plan on going to some other places that's out in the open, like right after sunset, and try to look at some stuff. I think that's gonna be extremely neat to do so. And yeah, that's gonna be the plan. But I wanted to let's see, let's go back. I want to talk about this Optiplex computer that I got. You can make a really good gaming computer out of one of these Optiplex computers. Since we're here, matter of fact, I got this for Christmas last year as well. Technically, I bought it for my wife because you know she wanted a computer just to do business stuff with. She doesn't like it. She's she wants a Apple computer, so that's why. Let's see, Optiplex. What is this? This is 5060. This is the one that I have. Oh, you got a Hawks cap? Oh man, hey, that's what's up. Yeah, man, the Hawks. Hey man, Trae Young just came back, but they ain't looking too hot right now. But I think they're still a solid team. They're still a pretty solid team. I plan on going to a couple games really soon. But yeah, I bought this for my for Christmas last year for my wife. She didn't want to use it, so I ended up using it. I was like, hey, why don't I just use this to stream? So I use this as a streaming PC. So what's in it? This is a really good computer, and I got it for like $200. Like it was like around 200. It's like between $200 and $300 when I paid for it. So this one has an 8th gen Intel Core processor, i5 8500T. I think mine just has the 8500 in it. Has DDR4 RAM and an integrated UHD graphics card. It's integrated, so it doesn't have the actual like graphics card in it, but it does have like a whole bunch of has a whole bunch of USB ports, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth options, and this one came with Windows 10 and Windows 11. Now, this is the thing I want to put in this. I don't have to do anything to this. The only thing I could do, I could put a graphics card in it, and this will become an excellent mid-range, well, below mid-range PC where you could play games at 1080p high frame rates. I would say, let me see. Let me go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. I'm gonna show you the type of graphics card you can put in it. This graphics card right here, let me move that out of the way. You could put this graphics card right into this PC and have no issue. It's a thin PC. It's a thin graphics card, and it'll fit right in it without any problems. So for, let's say, $400, you can play PC gaming at a really good high frame rate, 1080 to 1440p, 60, I'll say a little bit over 60 frames per second with a GTX RTX 3050 GDR6 graphics card. This is a really good graphics card to pick up. Let me see. What is it? Is OP Plex 5060. Is it 5060? Yeah. and RTX 3050. Yeah, so there's people showing you, and this is where I kind of got it from. This guy ETA Prime, this guy is awesome, and this is what he did with it. I'm gonna pull this up so you guys see it.
Resolution scale set it to 70 and FSR frame gen. What's going on, everybody? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today we're going to be putting together an inexpensive small form factor gaming PC using one of my new favorite combos that I've come across. This thing has handled any newer AAA game at 1080 that I've thrown at it. It also runs older stuff at 1440. And in order to get this all together in a small form factor, what we've got here is something we've seen in the past. This is an Optiplex 760. They are a dime a dozen over on eBay. You can pick them up for as low as $74 with RAM and storage.
This is a 7. He said this is a 7060.
But one of the main issues.
Yeah, this is a 7060. Mine is a 5060. They're pretty much not any difference. Like I said, mine had an i5 8400. I think his has an i7 8700. It's not that much of a difference when it comes to the CPU. And this Yeston RTX 30, I just showed you guys that. So it's not that much difference. And like you said, he bought his off eBay for like $70-something. I bought this one off of Amazon refurbished, and it came with Windows 11.
Issues that we've had in the past is finding a GPU that fits this form factor. Dell knew exactly what they were doing when they set this thing up. If you take a look down here, our PCIe slot is so close to that power supply. And in the past, I've actually replaced this power supply with something a bit smaller. We've also used a low-profile single-slot card like an RX 6400, but recently I came across one of my new favorite low-profile single-slot cards. This is the Yeston RTX 3050 with 6 gigs of VRAM, and yes, it comes just like this, single-slot, low-profile, and it fits in these Optiplexes perfectly.
I plan on buying one of these. This is probably like the next thing that I'm going to buy just to put into this PC, and when I put it in there, then I can actually use my Elgato and use the Elgato to the full extent when I do decide to dual PC stream. Because right now, I only can use my generic graphics card, and it does fine because we did some PC streaming recently, and it does okay. But not only I'll do that to add to this PC, I will also probably put some games on it as well. I mean, you got an i5 8400, 8500, and you turn around and put a 3050 in it, he's going to show you what type of games you can run with this setup.
Recently on the channel, we tested this card with a much more powerful 13th gen i9 small form factor build, and performance with 1080p gaming is great given the form factor of this card, but it's not a super high-end top-of-the-line card that's going to run everything at 4K. This is a 1080p card for newer AAA games.
That is a very small form factor he put in that
for
PC.
Older stuff, you can run those games at 1440. But the question is, what if we pair this card up with a $100 used office PC like this Optiplex 760? There's a lot of different versions of these PCs out there with i3s, i5s, i7s. You could even go with an HP or a Lenovo variant of their small form factor office PCs.
And see, I have the i5 version. I have the i5. He has the i7. I have the i5.
Getting one of these, I would highly recommend getting at least an 8th gen Intel i7.
So I got the 8th gen Intel i5. So you're splitting hairs basically.
So what I've got here is the Intel i7 8700. It's a non-K variant that came in this unit. It's got 6 cores, 12 threads. It will boost up to 4.6. This one here came with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it is DDR4 given the age of the unit. It didn't come with an M.2 SSD, but there is a spot for one, and I've just added a 1 terabyte drive here.
So this one did not come with an SSD. I think mine did. I don't know because he got his off eBay. I bought mine off of Amazon, and mine came with an SSD built in. And I put another external hard drive on mine as well. So I got 2 gigs of space to work with. I gotta look. Let me look and see how much. I don't know how much RAM I got in this. I can't remember. Whoa, wait a minute. This thing got 32 gigs of RAM in it. I didn't know that. Okay. So I got 32 gigs of RAM in here. I'm pretty sure GDDR4. And I'm running an i5 8500 with 6 cores. I just need to pick up this graphics card and I'm good.
And again, looking at that PCIe slot, you're going to need a low profile single slot card. And that's where this Yeston RTX 3050 comes in. These are $200 over on Amazon, but I have seen them for around $180 on AliExpress. I'll leave links in the description. And of course, for an RTX 3050 with 6 gigs of VRAM, it is quite a lot to spend. But at the time of making this video, it's the best performing low profile single slot card at this price point right now.
I can see he may think it's a lot to spend. To be honest with you though, for $200 and you get this type of graphics card that can fit in this type of form factor, because I don't see any other graphics cards out there that can do that. It's money well spent, especially when you're not trying to build a PC and max out all the settings. If you just want to get this PC, and let's say for instance, well, he'll show you what games that you could play on here. But if you just want to play like some PS3 games at, 1440p, but dare I say, probably even at 4K with this setup, you probably could pull it off. Like you can get like Doom 3 or any game that you want to play at a better situation. And like I said, this whole setup for him, he paid $70-something for this with the $200 graphics card. You're looking at, he paid like $280 to get really good gameplay out of gaming. You can't even get that with a with an Xbox Series right now, Series S at that.
Now, there are more powerful single slot low profiles on the market, but you're going to spend upwards of $300 to $1,100 depending on what you're going to pick up. And for an older office PC like this, it really doesn't make sense. Again, I've tested the RX 6400 and I personally love that card, especially for Linux. But this RTX 3050 does give us a lot more power for the small form factor unit, and we've got 2 extra gigabytes of RAM, which really helps out with those newer AAA games. Another thing I would recommend here with these older office PCs is as soon as you get them, pull the heatsink off of that CPU, clean it up, add some new thermal paste, because these may have been running for years without that thermal paste being changed, and it can lower that CPU temp for us.
I can agree with that, because he had a he got his straight off of eBay. No telling what condition it was in. But mine was refurbished from Amazon. They actually cleaned it out, put new RAM in it, and they put Windows on it. So they basically cleaned this one out completely. So yeah.
It's not going to be the prettiest small form factor machine that you can put together, but I'm really surprised by the performance here, and I did want to show you a couple tweaks that I do inside of Windows with these. So let's go ahead and move over there now. Okay, jumping right in here, like I mentioned, we've got Windows 11 installed on this machine. We've got that i7 8700, just 6 cores, 12 threads, not a super powerful chip, and it's...
Okay, so he has Street Fighter 6. He has God of War Ragnarok. He has Dead Red Redemption 1, Spider-Man, Doom Eternal, Cyberpunk, Horizon. So he has like some of the newer games. Hades 2, Black Myth Wukong, Dirt 3, which is an excellent game. I love Dirt 3. But he has a lot of like newer games on here. And remind you, he spent anywhere between $250 to $300 for this.
Definitely getting a bit dated. 16 gigs of DDR4 at 2400, and if I'm not mistaken, this will do 2666, but this is what I have here, 16 gigs running in dual channel. And of course, we've got that low profile RTX 3050 with 6 gigs of VRAM. When it comes to TDP with this i7 8700, out of the box, this will run it up to around 65 watts. So from CPU-Z here, if I run a stress test, zoom in just a bit, you see it jumps up. About 64, comes on down to around 60. There is more that we can get out of this, but given that we've got that stock Optiplex or stock Dell cooler here, it's not going to do very well at those higher wattages, but I'd still like to show you here, because with that higher TDP, we can get those higher clocks. And personally, I use x86 tuning utility. from custom, power limit, and I'm just going to go up to a little over 100. We'll
He
go to
doesn't need to do
105.
this.
Apply that. And now when we stress this out, you'll see it does jump up to close to 100 watts here, but it gets pretty hot and this thing can get loud with that stock Optiplex cooler. Personally, I've still been using x86 tuning utility. I've just been locking it down at around 68 watts.
Yeah, I know what I'm
just to
saying.
kind of give you an idea
put it at
there.
68.
Yeah,
He doesn't
you
need to
can
put
go
it that
higher
high.
with it if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you don't
And the
need to
final
do
thing I
that
wanted
because
to
your
talk
game
about
should run
here
just fine.
was the low profile RTX 3050's TGP. So this is running at the stock clocks right now. It does jump up to around 70 watts. So we can get the maximum performance out of this RTX 3050. But another thing to keep in mind is this is the 6 gig version. Now I will tell you, for a small form factor unit like this, I do think that this is a really good card. And the first thing I wanted to take a look at here were some benchmarks. Here's Geekbench 6.
Yeah,
And when
he doesn't have to do much with this. He could just, I mean, I know for the sake of the video, he's showing what it can do, but he doesn't have to do anything with this. He really don't.
comes to CPU performance out of this 8700 on that single core, we're only at 1498, and multi really isn't looking much better when you compare it to newer chips, 5902. And just to put this into perspective for you, the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, 6 cores, 12 threads. It's a $100 chip right now. I think it's like 104 over on Amazon. Single core, 2114. Multi, over 8,000. So it's definitely beating it out. But if you wanted to put a system together using that 5600X, you're going to have to get that motherboard, case, power supply.
Yeah, you have to do all
With
that, right.
this, we've already got the RAM, power supply, case, and CPU installed for around 130 over on eBay.
Right.
Next up, we've got 3D Mark Night Raid coming in with a 35,913. And the final one I ran here was Time Spy. We hit 5,165. So these.
That's for Battlefield 5 Ultra. Okay, yeah, that's really good. What did he do in the first one? What did I miss? Okay, Night Raid 125. Not Night Raid, but Battlefield. Okay, 125. Okay.
13. And the final one I ran here was Time Spy. We hit
The Time Spy, okay.
5,165. So these aren't super high scores when it comes to synthetics. But what this thing's about is cheap 1080p gaming and even 1440p gaming with older stuff. So let's move over there now and test out some games on this machine.
Yeah, this
First
pretty
up,
solid.
we've got Cyberpunk 2077 1080p medium with DLSS set to balanced. It's not bad, but with this RTX 3050, you'll see it dip under 60 with these settings. Taking it down to low or using DLSS set to performance will alleviate any of that. But there's another way around this, and with this method here, we can get a much higher frame rate, and we don't need to use any kind of frame scaling, so we can run it at 100% resolution scale. And that's FSR Frame Gen.
I mean, for the
Here it is at 1080p, medium with FSR 3 Frame Gen on,
Whoa.
no scaling, and we're getting over 100 FPS with this game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you
got a
can't
much
beat that.
clearer picture because we don't have to scale this thing down. And for me, with a lower end system like this, a lower cost system with an RTX 3050, I'm actually glad we do have this.
Yo, you could look. This man just did this with a PC that was under $300. Under, really, yeah, under 170. I mean, 270. 125 frames per second. 1080p. That's not bad for the price. Not at all.
I'm personally not a Fortnite player, but I still wanted to see how it would handle it. And right now we're at 1080 high with DLSS set
Yeah, you
to
should be able to run
balance.
Fortnite
I
with
was
anything.
hoping I could
I
go
mean,
in this
Fortnite
at
is
epic
too easy.
settings, but unfortunately we had a lot of dips. And right now it still looks like some of those shaders are caching. That's one thing I've really noticed with this game when testing
Really?
it out with lower end GPUs. Just starting out there, you'll get a lot of hiccups until everything
So how
kind
you
of
gonna run
caches.
Cyberpunk well, but not Fortnite? That's weird.
Black Myth Wukong, just using the built-in benchmark, 1080p, medium, and with this, using an RTX 3050, we need a little bit of resolution scale. I've set it to 70, and FSR Frame Gen is really going to help out.
Yeah,
with it set up like
yeah.
this, we had an average of 70 FPS.
I wonder how it would look without it.
Skyrim Special Edition 1440p high, and I really thought that I'd be able to go in here at ultra settings, but we were seeing an average of around 56 FPS with it set up like that, so I just took it on down. Still looks great. Personally, I'd rather play the OG version, but that's just me. And with that version, we can max it out at 1440 Ultra.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with the old Skyrim, that should be easy to run. That should be easy to run. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I don't play Skyrim though. For a $270 setup to get Spider-Man running at 1080p 100 plus, that's actually pretty good. My son is definitely migrating more and more towards his PC. I'm learning a few things. Yeah, that's cool. Like, you don't have, see, this is the thing. When people look at PCs, people think they have to get all this fancy stuff. Like, literally, this man has just made a pretty solid PC build with the old office computer. An old office computer he made it, and you can get, really good frame rates at a 1080p resolution is still really good nowadays. A lot of people look at 4K, they look at 1440p, they look at the PS5. If you got the right game, 1080p looks fantastic. And if you can get at a high frame rate, you can't beat, and you go and sit around and say, I gotta buy this part, buy that part. You can buy one of these office PCs, get this graphics card, and you're good to go. And you're looking at the results right here.
I wonder if I can get in there without a
1080p is running this thing at 97, 98 frames. He's using frame gen, but hey, that's what it's for though, right?
And finally, we've got God of War Ragnarok 1080p, medium, frame gen on. This is one of my favorite PlayStation ports over to PC. I think they've done a stellar job with this one. We could go up to high with it and still run this at about 72 FPS on average with the same settings here using frame gen. Low, DLSS set to performance, you can get up to around 68, but having that frame gen on with this RTX 3050, in my opinion, is the way to go, just to get that much higher frame rate out of it.
Right, I agree. Yeah, 1080p, 1440p is just fine. I absolutely agree. 1080p
Overall,
should be the
really
end. Consider
impressed with the
yourself
performance
like,
this
yeah,
old
I
Office
agree.
PC is putting out with that RTX 3050, and I know some people out there might think it's a bit high priced for that thing, and yeah, it really is. I mean, when you take a look at RTX 3050s, full size, this is on the higher price side. But like I mentioned, if you're trying to go small form factor at this price point of $200,
I don't think this is a high price when you, like I said, when you look at what this actually does, and what other graphics card do you know that you could put in a small $70 PC, or at the most $200 PC, and you add this, you add this for another that's $400, and you're getting that type of performance? Yeah, you want to know something? They just ran God of War Ragnarok at 1080p at almost 100 frames per second. What other device does that? Even the PlayStation 5, if you put that at 1080p, I don't even think they have a patch for it to run over 60 frames. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a good way to play on that device. But when you're looking at it, the PlayStation 5 is a $400, $500, device. If you look in the right spots, you can get this PC for $70 like he did.
this is the best low profile single slot card that you can get right now. If you spend a lot more, you can get something that's going to perform better than this. You could also spend less and get something that doesn't have quite this performance, but in the end, I mean, it's really up to you. If you're building a small form factor PC and you're looking for that low profile single slot, this is one that I can highly recommend. If you're interested in putting something like this together, I'll leave links in the description to everything I used. And if there's anything else you want to see running on this rig, just let me know in the comments. But that's it for this one. Like always,
I love ETA Prime. ETA Prime is awesome. But let me see. Is this hit on Amazon? Yeah. Now, I don't expect you guys to pay this much for one. Because like I said, I pay. See, this is one right here. This is the one he just had. The 7060 is $280. I paid for mine. It was like $230 or something like that when I paid for. But mine was it was a 5060, not a 7060. And this comes with 5.512 gigabyte. Mine came with a gigabyte of RAM. But you can find these. Let me see if they still have them. I don't even think that they might not have any more. Here's a 50. This one went up in price because I didn't pay this much for. This is the exact one I have sitting next to me right now. Or maybe because it costs more because of it comes with a mouse and keyboard. Mine just came with the setup, and it was. Let me see. It don't show that I purchased this. Yeah, it wasn't $270. It wasn't $295 when I bought mine. But you can get these for much cheaper, even on eBay. See, this is about around the price I paid for mine. I think, matter of fact, this is that 16 gigs of RAM. Mine had 32. And the disk size was more. But I got more for mine with this same setup right here. But I paid around $230, $220 for mine. Let's go on eBay. That's a 5070, $249. This is an i7 between 124 and 26. This is how they usually sell them. They'll usually sell them around that price and you just pick which one you want. This is a 3050. I wonder what's in this. What is in this one? Oh, it's an i3 7100. Okay. Which still not bad, but I'd rather go i5 if I ever get any of these. I'm trying to look and see. But yeah, on eBay, they got these all over the place. And if you could find a good one, like look at this one right here. Here's one right here. This one is slightly below the one I had. I have a 5060. This is a 5050 i5 7500. 8 gigs of RAM, 200. You can make it happen with this. $67. And you can put that same graphics card in there. So you basically pay $270. It's a pretty good look. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, like to get stuff like this. I thought it was really cool. Trying to think anything else I want to cover right now. Let me look up something really quick. I'm trying to see something really quick. Hold on. So it happened again, y'all. It happened again. Thief breaks into 2 collectible stores in Laverne and San Gabriel and cases a third in San Dimas. I think I said that right. This was 3 days ago. Southern California collectibles dealers are on edge after a thief struck 2 stores overnight and may have been targeting a third. Frustration mounting for a new shop owner in Laverne after a burglar targeted business just days before scheduled grand opening. Get out of here. Thief ransacked the car collectible store overnight, getting away with thousands of dollars of merchandise. Video from the inside the 44 collectibles shows where the burglar smashed through the front door and displays shattered glass all over the ground. The thief shattered the display case and got away with several vintage sports items and Pokemon trading cards. Yep. We had a vintage Hank Aaron, mantles, priceless stuff my dad gave me. The owner of, wait a minute. If your dad gave you this stuff, are you trying to sell it? Because if your dad gave this to you, I probably wouldn't try to sell this stuff. And it would have probably been at home. The owner says the goods were worth approximately $20,000. He just opened the store about 4 months ago and was looking forward to hosting a grand opening celebration on New Year's Day. One of the sports... Man, this is crazy. Let me see if they got a video for this.
Local collectibles dealers on edge tonight after 2 more stores were hit by thieves overnight. A third may have been targeted as well. One store in Laverne was just days away from its grand opening celebration.
Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam spoke with frustrated store owners, and he has new surveillance video of that burglar in action.
So it was definitely a lot harder for him to get in. It took him a little while, but just didn't get noticed.
Broken glass littered the floor at 44 Collectibles in downtown Laverne. The store now a crime scene after their owner says a burglar smashed their way in and snatched several Pokemon trading cards and classic sport cards.
We had vintage Hank Aaron's, Mantl's, priceless stuff, stuff that my dad gave me.
Nico Manganiel is missing tens of thousands of dollars worth of valuables. He just opened the store 4 months ago.
I'm angry, hurt, it just sucks. Putting so much time into something to have it, just swiped away.
Yeah, that sucks. I can relate then. It does, but yeah, that just gotta suck. It really does.
Just like that is, it's heartbreaking.
Look at the photo on your screen. A security camera captured the thief around 3 a.m. outside Nico's business. The crime spree continued.
So the thief left his store and came to your store?
Yes. The thief is seen here around 3:30 a.m. lurking around A&N Collectibles, 5 minutes away in San Dimas. Aaron Tom is the owner.
And starts looking through our windows. I guess he was probably looking for a week's.
Yo, what is he doing? Yo, so this how people get down when they be robbing stuff? Well, what are we doing here?
Spot. Then eventually, I don't know if something scared him away or he just realized, no, it's just going to take me too long, and then he left.
But it gets worse. The stealer was apparently still determined because an hour later,
dang!
Surveillance video shows him climbing into this card collectible shop in San Gabriel. From this angle, the Grinch is caught in the act with a...
Yo, look at him, though. Just look at him. He looking right at the camera like... It'd be so funny they find a way to look at the camera.
Sack full of stolen goodies. The owner of the store told me off camera they're afraid he'll return. Back in San Dimas, Aaron is concerned too.
They have made the rounds and they're criminals. They need to be caught.
As long...
You want to know something? Let me look at this right here. Listen, I understand you got a business you're trying to run. Don't get me, I totally get it. But when you have stuff that looks like this, $720 is up here, $250 right here, $150, $300 down here. You look over here, I see $130 over there. That looks like $435 right by this guy's forehead. When you got prices like that out in the open, you're almost asking for it. Some of this stuff that really costs a lot, you need to put that stuff all the way in the back. That you need to play it off like you don't have this stuff. You got to play it off like you don't own this stuff. You got to put the cheap stuff on display, and if anybody want to see the real stuff, you have to put that stuff more secure in a more secure area.
Rounds and they're criminals. They need to be caught.
As law enforcement investigates the likely connection, Nico remains hopeful he can recover from this.
I don't wish it on anybody, so hopefully we can, you know, put a stop to it.
In Laverne, Tim Pulliam, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, that's crazy. You gotta do better, man. You gotta do better. And I'm not victim shaming or anything like that, but you can't go out like that. Okay, this is two more. This was in Boston. I don't think we covered this. It is sad, man. It really is. Okay, this one was in Boston. I don't think we covered this one. I don't think we did. Let's check and see.
2 people to the hospital. Officers were on.
No, that's a shooting. I don't want to hear nobody getting shot. Yeah, we saw this one. Never mind. We saw that one. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Think there's anything else? I think this is the same one. The Boston Globe, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, man. You see stuff like this happen and you just don't know like what to think of it. Like what do you do when you're trying to run a business? I mean, I would say just basically, don't have your merchandise in a readily available area. Even if they break in, they still gonna have to find a way to they're gonna have to find a way to get whatever they want. Like either you just put that stuff away when you close, or put that stuff away when you close, or just have it away unless somebody's a serious buyer. Because that's the only way I can say that you will be able to you consider yourself safe at the end of the day. Because I don't understand, like, what do you do in those situations? I just don't know. I really don't. I want to see if I can cover anything else before I get up out of here. I've been on for 2 hours. It doesn't even feel like I've been on for 2 hours. It doesn't feel like. Oh, speaking of that, let's talk about this. The video use. Check this out. NVIDIA. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it there. I'm trying to see where it is. They got a situation where NVIDIA may be making you pay $5 for gameplay. I seen this. Let's see. I seen this. So let me see. Here we go.
Steam just absolutely destroyed, obliterated NVIDIA's most likely completely rogue and evil plans. What are these plans? I have absolutely no idea. Never heard of them. But as long as Steam does something, I'm a fan. Not gonna lie, I'm a big fan. At this point, I'm gonna be straight with you boys. Listen, whatever Gabe does,
here we go.
The companies are post-consumer. They do not need you right now. Private equity and these large companies want to make sure that you not only rent your home and lease your car, but subscribe to your computer. Data center and AI greed has gone beyond simply fucking consumers and instead is now intent on fucking humanity.
I like Gamers Nexus. He's very pro-consumer, but this is hold on, let me see something. It said the audio did what? Hold on, I'm looking at something on my computer. Hold on. It probably said, okay. Hold on 1 second. I want to see this. What does this mean? Okay. I was wondering what that meant. Okay. So are we still good? Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we're still good. Because it was saying something kind of weird on my end.
things like the Palantir partnership, with things like the focus on military applications of AI, because apparently there's not enough money in the private sector. We need to go extract it from the Pentagon as well. These large companies can outbid anybody, anytime. This isn't a gaming computer problem. This isn't a DIY enthusiast build PCs problem.
So basically what he's talking about is where these companies are starting to, they want you to use PC power on a subscription basis. They want you to pay to use their processing power. They don't want you to own your own graphics card anymore. This is what they're talking about right now.
This is an everybody problem. NVIDIA's in the news for rumors we've corroborated with industry sources that it intends to cut consumer GeForce GPU production by 30 to 40% next year, yielding to enterprise GPU sales. And as usual, it's the normal people who get economically fucked while these mega corporations get into bed with each other and with governments to leech the market dry and sequester away computing power into the cloud so that they can lease it back to you later. And this comes at a time when costs are going up for NVIDIA's GPU subscription program, ensuring that you'll pay for a new flagship GPU every 5 years, whether you actually get to own it or not at the end of it.
I don't understand why people are trying to subscribe to get their own graphics card. Why would you do that? Why is that a thing? Why people would do this? I don't understand.
That. We think the mega corporations and private equity are slowly pushing for computers to go the way of the housing market, with the end goal being that you'll own nothing and you'll subscribe to everything, right down to your computer. NVIDIA sold 600,000 GPUs to Saudi Arabia's Humane, led by Mohammed bin Salman, and part of the same PIF group that partnered with Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner to buy EA Games.
Right, exactly. They're trying to own everything, and you can't get anything out of, like, I don't understand, like, this AI stuff is ridiculous. It's bad enough that I'm holding on. Look, I'm holding on to this RAM. This GDDR4 RAM, I'm holding on to this because I know that this is worth something, and I'm going to use it when I build my next computer. There's no way. I'm so glad I got that, because there's no way I'm doing it. No way.
1,000 NVIDIA GPUs went to the UAE via Microsoft, and NVIDIA is planning to allocate 1.3 million GPUs to Meta AI for a data center large enough to cover most of Manhattan.
That is insane. Did you see that? They're making a data center that's in Louisiana that's going to be about as big as Manhattan. That is ridiculous. Is this needed? What is this for?
Manhattan. Then there's 300,000 GPUs to N-Scale, with 60,000 in the UK, 50,000 GPUs to SK Hynix, 50,000 GPUs to Samsung, 200,000 GPUs to Elon Musk's xAI, with a roadmap to sell them 1 million total GPUs, 400,000 GPUs to Oracle, 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA systems for OpenAI, or over 2 times the power capacity of the largest nuclear power plant in the United States, with millions of GPUs, more than 100,000 GPUs in the immediate future for Microsoft, and even 100,000 GPUs to the United States Department of Energy.
So even the government is in on this. The Department of Energy, they're even in on it. To where they're eating up the market so bad that us as consumers, we're going to have to worry about trying to get our GPUs, our sticks of RAM, all this stuff just to build a regular computer because we want to play some goddamn games.
But of course funded by taxpayers, who will ultimately foot the bill for the cost of the GPUs, the cost of the power consumption, the cost of the grid upfit, and the cost of the land use, getting fucked over in ways more than just the cost of the computer. So with these deals between governments and companies, it's pretty clear that NVIDIA would rather sell over 1 million GPUs.
It's not necessary, and if it is any neighborhood that's next to it, could you imagine what their electrical bill is going to be, whoever lives near that? Your light bill is going to be like probably $500 a month.
To Mark Zuckerberg rather than 1 million GPUs to 1 million end users. And that's not a surprise, but what is interesting is that NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has seemingly shifted his interest towards the military-industrial complex instead, meaning that he's removed his hand out of the ass of the White House and extended it to shake the hand of the Pentagon.
Well, I'm happy that our military is going to use AI technology for defense. We all
Why does that doesn't even, that sounds like a bad idea. I mean, I could consider myself ignorant, but it just sounds like it's a bad idea. Yes, it's going to be those who people income is already serving. Exactly, it is.
Also know that national security and economic security and economic prosperity go hand in hand. The wealthier our nation, the more we can fund the mightiest military on the planet, so that we can continue to be the mightiest technology industry in the world.
He said they want to use their products so they be the mightiest military to the mightiest industry in the world, so they could the mightiest military in the world, so they could be the mightiest technology in the industry. So it's all about money for them. They can care. I ain't gonna say they can care less, but yeah.
So that we can fund the mightiest military in the world. And all of that, I think, goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're just have more money in your pocket. That's exactly what it is.
making it more socially acceptable. You know, there was a time where when somebody wanted to channel their technology capability and their intellect into defense technology, somehow they're vilified.
That's right.
Whatever happened to actually using a bunch of guys who are smart and intelligent to find out how to handle our defenses in this country? I mean, if you want to use technology to help rockets move a certain place, or you want certain missiles to go a certain place, or you want a situation where certain computers can actually pinpoint direction or whatever, I get it. But I don't think they need to do all of this to make that happen. Because we're already in a good spot as it is. I just think all of this is like ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous ploy to exchange profits between these two entities, while us as consumers, we gotta foot the bill on trying to buy high ass prices on parts.
Vilified somehow. For some reason, the people who design AI system usage for killing people are vilified.
Come with me if you want to live.
And if you want to learn more about that particular topic, you can check out our latest GNCA video that is on the Palantir and NVIDIA relationship, which is shady in a number of other ways. When he's not busy with his latest multiplayer affair with the Warhawks, Jensen Huang is busy testing the theory of the inverse Kramer and driving number up for Wall Street. Roll 212.
I always like it when we give a keynote, everybody's stock price goes up.
Stargate will consume 40% of the global DRAM supply. NVIDIA.
Oh, never mind. I'll come back to that. I thought that was something else.
Set to consume 77% of the AI wafer allocation. NVIDIA's 2027 HBM bit demand is projected to consume more than the entirety of the 2025 HBM demand, and the wafer area, factoring in lower yield of HBM plus allocation to interposer wafers, will further squeeze users of consumer devices. NVIDIA's close partner Micron has abandoned consumers while raking in billions of dollars.
There it is right there. Micron, they stopped making DDR RAM for us, but look how much money they're making on the back end. $6.4 billion. I don't know if he's the guy who started Yahoo, but I know he's over NVIDIA right now.
From those same consumers via tax breaks and government subsidies, boasting a 257% growth in cloud-based memory revenue from hyperscalers and from NVIDIA, while also increasing its operating margin in its mobile and client business to 47% from 15% year over year in fiscal quarter 1, 2026. Because they weren't making enough on you already, so they've altered the deal. Pray that they don't alter it further. And so AI bus driver Jensen Huang can cooperate with memory manufacturers like Micron to further crush the end user underfoot and line the pockets of the trillionaire tech companies and the billionaire tech CEOs. All at a time when the average person has seen a wage growth increase in November of 0.1%.
We only got a wage growth of 0.1% in November.
And an annual wage growth increase of 3.5%, only 0.5 percentage points outpacing inflation, stacked with the highest unemployment rate in 4 years.
Who's surprised?
But it's not all bad. Gaming companies are saying they might have to optimize their video games more than they wanted to account.
Wait a minute. That is a good thing, though. If video game companies have to optimize their games, that means we won't have broken games, and they're going to have to make the games based on the. They're going to have to make the games based on the hardware that's available. So now we're looking at a situation where we may get better games that run better. And it goes back to what Star Groove and Doc Type said. The 1440p and the 1080p games may be the way to go.
For the memory pricing. So, good. That's good. We'll still have video games to play while the world is plunged into a dystopic AI surveillance darkness, the likes of which we've never seen before. But Larian's going to optimize their next game more than they wanted to. It's time to talk about what's going on with the memory industry and NVIDIA. And this time, the what that we want to uncover specifically is the fuck. We brought you this installment to our AI dystopia series of video coverage.
I don't need to go any more further into this because this goes, this game is Nexus. Well, hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna go to this because this is the GPU consumer supply. This is what I really want to cover this as well.
Let's get back into it. The GPU price situation and the memory price situation are directly tied to each other. We're right now.
I agree, Stargroove. That's what they're doing. I agree.
The GPU prices have been improving for completed cards, but each GPU has memory attached to it. And the memory prices, as you all know, have been skyrocketing.
Did y'all see this? I think I talked about this on the last live stream. Look at this. This is 64 gigs of GDDR5, 6,000 memory. Look at the price on that.
Skyrocketing. Where, in fact,
I didn't mean to do that. $879.
Attached to it. And the memory price.
$879 for 32 gigs of RAM. That is ridiculous.
Prices, as you all know, have been skyrocketing, where, in fact, if you bought memory back in August or late July and you sold it today, it is possibly the best investment you have ever made in your life. That's how fast it's multiplied. The big three memory makers, meanwhile, are all
This is why I'm holding on my GDDR4. Is that exactly why I'm holding on to this right here? Because, yeah, exactly.
Increasing HBM production for GPUs. Likewise, servers have their own need for RAM, and it's measured in hundreds of gigabytes to terabytes. For some context, GN spoke with a respected industry insider and analyst who actually is familiar to the audience, but we can't name the person because of their association with some of these companies, and the individual told us this. Quote, the capacity for regular DDR memory, a big chunk of that has been allocated to HBM or has been allocated to server-oriented applications. For instance, if you look at Grace Blackwell, the host CPU needs a giant pile of LPDDR. That LPDDR is no longer available for other markets, like the mobile market. That mostly inflates prices.
Yeah, the price gonna go up. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens when it's not, if it's not for other markets. Yeah, if you even find it on other markets, the price will go up.
This is going to fuck Intel. For Intel and AMD specifically, it's very good that memory is cheap.
So with that, never mind.
End quote. Now, whether or not the rumor that was posted online in the past week is specifically true down to the individual percentage points, we did speak with some system integrators and some add-in board partners, or AIBs, sometimes called AICs, to try and corroborate the information. And what we did learn is that the companies are forecasting cost increases associated with obtaining video cards and GPUs in 2026, with some vendors noting that they've been informed of reduced supply availability of NVIDIA GeForce GPUs for the next year.
I'm curious to see what the price of the older graphics cards would be. Let's say a 4070, 4060. Or hell, even a 3080. I'm just curious to see what the price is going to be. Would the used price go up as well?
Up with the rumors that have been posted online, with the exception of the specific percentage change for GPU availability and the reduction in supply. The latest news comes from Chinese board partner forum Bantang, which was reported on by BenchLife, and the report states that NVIDIA will cut supply of GeForce GPUs by 30 to 40%.
That right there. They want to cut GPU supply by damn near 4 out of 10 of them are not going to be made. 3 to 4 out of 10 GPUs are not going to be made. Let's read this a little bit. Of course, the memory shortage mentioned refers to not only GDDR6 or GDDR7 for GPUs, but also the memory part of the motherboards in the retail market. So now, even motherboards could be having a problem as well.
in the first half of 2026. The report refers to memory shortages, with the rumor indicating that NVIDIA is attempting to adjust production of GeForce GPUs to account for memory shortages. The report suggests that this isn't about only GPU VRAM, but also about the shortage of consumer sticks of RAM used in retail motherboards. According to BenchLife, cutting GPU supply will adjust for the lack of affordable consumer system memory, which will create a feedback loop, boosting the prices of both. And again,
yeah, so your memory, if you want to build a PC, the memory is already up in price already. Like I just showed earlier, the price is almost like what? $800 for for DDR5. I know this DDR4 that I got right here, I paid like $60 or $70 for it. Right now it's like up to almost $150.
And regardless of that specific rumor that was posted online, in speaking with, after that, our own system integrator and add-in board partners, it sounds like there's at least truth to the premise that GPU supply might potentially see more constraints in 2026, which can drive up prices, largely attached to the memory situation because all of the video cards have memory on them. Benchlife.info received its own tips as well from add-in board partners, stating that NVIDIA's prioritization will be toward the 5070 Ti and the 5060 Ti 16GB GPUs.
So what, let me go back. What does that mean? So the 5070 and the 5060 is going to be the ones that cut short? I wonder how this affects AMD.
From add-in board partners, stating that NVIDIA's prioritization will be toward the 5070 Ti and the 5060 Ti 16GB GPUs. This follows rumors about a month ago that NVIDIA would stop bundling GPU VRAM with GPU silicon, meaning that...
So now they're no longer supplying VRAM to its GPU boards. So what kind of graphics card are you going to get when it don't have VRAM? Yo, you're going to have 5070s and 5080s with no VRAM. Who's buying that?
Partners would be on their own to source memory supply. Partners won't have as much quantity leverage as NVIDIA, which can lead to another feedback loop of increased prices, particularly for smaller board partners and smaller laptop partners that would struggle to get not only competitive pricing, but access as compared to the largest incumbents like Asus and NVIDIA itself for its FE cards, since it has bulk pricing benefits for its enterprise cards too. All of this contributes to a stall in consumer GPU pricing recovery. We ran a piece 2 weeks ago entitled GPU Prices Crater Before Inevitable Opportunity to Screw Consumers. And today I present to you, not proudly, Inevitable Opportunity to Screw Consumers. In that piece, we showed that for the first time this year, GPU prices had finally hit a downward trend for consumers. This was just as the DRAM shortage...
I'm not going to get any too much further into this. You kind of see what's going on here. This AI stuff is pretty much starting to ruin everything for gamers. And it's going to get worse if they don't get this under control. It's pretty bad. I don't know. It kind of sucks. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to catch before I get out of here. Anything else I want to talk about before I go? I think I covered pretty much what I want. I mean, really, what we did was we just went into, what we normally talk about throughout the week. It's been a great Christmas. It's been really good. This guy says everything's gonna be fine. I'll believe when I see it. But as of right now, I don't know what to think. I really don't. But no, I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I don't have anything else. We've been on for over 2 hours. I think that's a good enough time. Look, I will be back tomorrow because I do have to work tomorrow. But I'll be back tomorrow, once again, and we'll chop it up some more, and we'll talk. Oh, I'll talk about that. What did I get my son for Christmas? He got his PS5. He got his PSVR headset. I got him a couple games. Got him 2 pair of shoes, some clothes. I got him a case for his Switch 2. And trying to think, what else did he get? He got a Lego Mario set that he could put in his room because I want to help him put it together. Then we'll have it just sitting up in the room on a display. So he's downstairs right now playing that but Astrobot VR headset thing. I didn't think he would like it, but he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And it's not as bad as I thought it'd be because I'm not a big fan of VR, but I did try it. And it was it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. It didn't give me a headache, so I didn't feel funny or anything like that. So yeah, he got out. He made it out really good. He also got Mario Party Jamboree for a Switch too. So he has that as well. So he could play Mario Party Jamboree because he's been wanting that game as well. So he got out really. He did really well. Me, I got my other monitor mount. I got me some clothes. Got me a pair of shoes. Got some dad stuff. Got my wife some things she wanted. So it like I said, like the title of this live, Christmas was a success. It turned out to be really good. It really turned out the way we wanted to. And it put a lot of things in perspective for the end of the year. And I think next year is going to be great. Like I said, one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to start doing this pretty much on a daily basis. I basically sit up here in the evening after I spend time with the wife, spend time with my son. I'm basically sit up here for at least an hour and, maybe 2 hours a day. So why not just hit live and talk to you guys? I may do a video on my other channel or whatever. Cool. But just to go live and talk to you guys, or I'll live stream while playing a video game, I think that's the way to go. And that's how the content's going to be going through. Merry Christmas, Sir Bishop. Appreciate you, my brother. Glad to see you. And it's been a great day. Hopefully everybody else had a great day. Hopefully everything has been going well for you guys. And it doesn't even feel like it, man. It's only 9:14. It only feels like it's only 9:14. It doesn't feel like it feels like it's a much later than what it is. It feels like it's much later. And I like I said, I keep saying that I don't have anything else to talk about, but I'm just sitting here chilling. And I'm having a really good day. I want to see something really quick. Is there anything? What's going on here? Why this person got, I'm not going to talk about that. Let me see. Let me see if anything else I want to talk about really quick since I'm still here. At least one more thing I could talk about. If nothing comes up, that's fine. We'll just reload for tomorrow. Fortnite is down. Well, that was down. That was down yesterday. But nah, that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else. Anything else I could talk about really quick? Yeah, we might be good. Yeah, I think I'm about to get out of here. You have a good night too, man. I'll be back tomorrow because I'm pretty much good. I'm good. Thanks, Star Groove. Thanks, Sir Bishop, Quay Face, Quay Dog. I don't know what to call you now. Doc Type, Clean. Y'all have a good night. I'm getting out of here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.